The standing system for the Entrati family in the Necralisk is unlike anything we've had in Warframe open worlds before it. In the Cambion Drift, players can complete missions for mother tokens, along with the other assortment of wonderful bounty rewards that we've come to expect. While initially confused on the first few days of the expansion, I believe the majority of players will really appreciate this deviation from the standard standing formula for a number of reasons. When I was a newer player, I often missed out on getting my daily standing when I was trying to rank up in Cetus and Fortuna. When I was only about MR8, I can remember spending a lot of my time doing low-level bounties trying to get my daily cap solo. The only times it was ever faster was when I was doing high-level bounties with my friends, and partway through like the second run, I'd get capped, and then the rest of the mission became a lot less useful. While I would still get the rewards from the bounty, I just hated missing out on that standing. Essentially, there was a part of the reward system that I wasn't getting or just didn't need, making it really grindy and often annoying. Whereas with this token system, I can farm out standing for another day while I'm getting the rewards I want, which makes all tier of bounties feel significantly more rewarding no matter how many times I decide to do them. I can farm Zaku parts if I want to or need to, mods that I'm missing. I can even farm resources with the third tier of bounties if there's something that I need to craft another item. With this system, your time never feels like it's going to waste for something you don't need. This is the real first instance of being able to bank standing for use on other days without having to sacrifice your precious earned resources and materials. While it's true that in both Cetus and Fortuna you're able to trade in gems and fish to get standing, doing either of these is, in my opinion, significantly less time efficient than it is to collect mother tokens in the Cambion Drift. You will likely eventually need these resources to craft things like Zaws, kit guns, cosmetics, and more, and so you don't want to be giving them away and having to earn them again. With the Entrati, mother tokens just net you your daily standing, can be traded in for grandmother tokens, which if ever you're caught in a bind and really desperate, you can trade those grandmother tokens in for standing as well. And mother tokens aren't RNG gated. They're a guaranteed reward. You just need to hop into the Cambion Drift, do a mission, and you'll get them, whereas fishing and mining are RNG gated to a degree. You need to find a gem as opposed to an ore vein, or you need to be out in Cetus at night to catch certain fish, and there in the day to catch others. I mean, there's just a whole list of to-dos to get all these other materials, so if you've gone through the trouble of getting them, do you really want to have to go through the trouble of getting them again? If you're looking for a bit of a crash course on how to get certain family tokens, father tokens you'll get for trading in materials that you find around the Cambion Drift just by opening up containers and knocking down plants and such, which honestly makes him, I think, the second easiest to collect after mother tokens. And as for daughter tokens, you'll need basically any fishing spear in order to catch the fish that are floating above the, air quotes here, water. Though I definitely recommend using the Oxalis companion if you have it, which you can get in Fortuna, and the Abisu fishing spear, which you can buy from Daughter for, I believe it was 5k standing, which will allow you to catch any fish that are under the water, making the Oxalis really useful as he'll paint them for you so you can see them very easily. Now, sun tokens are probably the more difficult ones to get. You'll need the Tranquil Rifle, which only costs 500 standing. You can get this in Fortuna or from Sun in the Necralisk. And I'd honestly recommend having some kind of stealth frame if you can, as it'll make it a lot easier for you to be running around invisible. All the infested will ignore you, and even the animals will not notice you, so they'll ignore you as well. Looking down the barrel of your tranq gun, if you hear a sort of pinging noise that happens every couple seconds or so, then that means that there'll be an animal nearby. Now, the animal, if it's close enough, will show up if you're looking at it in red through the tranq gun's scope, You simply just need to walk up close enough to them that you can hit them with a trank, they'll fall asleep, and you'll be able to collect them. I definitely recommend the stealth frame so that enemies do not attack you. A lot of enemies in the Cambion Drift do have sort of AoE attacks that if they hit you, can hit the animal and kill them. All these animals are susceptible to damage, so you will want to be careful not to let them get killed by the infested around the plains. I found it perfectly viable to honestly just run around with a trank rifle equipped, looking for these enemies, though you definitely can acquire echo lures for some amount of standing, and it'll help you target farm anything you might need, like the Avakeas that you need to get, I believe it was rank 2 with the Entrati family. If ever you're in a bit of a pinch, you don't have time to farm out more mother tokens, but you would like to get more standing for the day and you have other family tokens, I'd say the order I'd look to trade them in is either father or grandmother tokens for standing. Grandmother tokens, you trade 1,000 standing worth of other family tokens in order to get 1,500 standing worth of grandmother tokens. A single grandmother token is 1,500 standing. It'll cost you 1,000 standing to get, or 1,000 standing worth. And so you can trade those in. It will slow down the rate at which you can buy her items, as her items require grandmother tokens. The majority of these, though, are decorations, and there is only, I believe, the Sari glass shard that she sells for 20 grandmother token, which is a crafting component for the Cassis or Zaku. Not sure if there was anything else that needed it. So if you're not looking to build them right away and you are just looking to get as much standing as you can, that's definitely a good option. The father tokens, like I said, they're worth as much as mother tokens. You will get them in a smaller amount. As mother tokens, you can really get just a huge amount. But those are definitely pretty worth it if you're not trading in very rare or valuable to you resources for these father tokens. Then otherwise, honestly, I'd say daughter tokens maybe. They are sort of RNG gated. Certain fish only spawn on the surface or in caves during certain cycles, and you might need bait to get more of them to spawn. So if you're trading in fairly common or fish parts that you have an excessive amount of, then it's fine. But I do find that there are certain rare resources that the fish give you that you won't want to be trading in just to get standing, as you will need them for crafting components. And then the sun tokens are, for some, I guess, the hardest. My friend and I have been having a lot of fun running around and capturing animals, so I do have a solid amount of animal tokens, and I tend to personally prefer to collect and decorate my orbiter with the floofs you can get for trading in. I believe it's usually 5 tokens of each kind of animal. So I do trade in a certain amount of my animal capture tags for sun tokens, but in this case, they're usually the very common sun tokens. That should be everything about the Entrati family tokens. If you do have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments below, and I'll do my best to get to and answer all of them, even if they're not necessarily related to the video directly. And yeah, I'll be coming out with 2 videos a week is my plan going forward, so hopefully those will cover a topic that will interest you guys. Feel free to like and subscribe if you want to be alerted as to when those videos do come out. This has been Count Kixlot. Thanks so much for listening, and have a great day.